when I was talking about, hey guys, you can use TikTok Creative Center for like creative research. This
You
changed.
lied.
Yeah, no, I didn't lie. This changed quite heavily. It was you could see top.
So they
10
downgraded?
trending.
Because I
No.
remember it was pretty good before.
It was really good before. I don't think it's downgraded. It just changed to more like AI-based creative tools for giving you inspiration in terms of the scripts and ideas for creatives. I think you need to.
This is no bullshit gaming podcast, 2.5 gamers. Sharing actionable insights, dropping knowledge from our day-to-day user acquisition, game design, and ad monetization jobs. We are definitely not discussing the latest industry news, but having so much fun. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously.
Let's actually start. Welcome. This is session number 80. My name is Matej Lančarič.
I'm Felix Braberg.
And I'm Jakub Remia.
And we are your hosts. Man, we are getting better and better. This is gonna be...
Practice makes perfect.
I know. So this week, it's bring your own shit week.
Episode.
Stuff. My content is not shit.
Okay, bring your own content type of episode. So we're not doing a review finally, but before we dive into it, so we were so busy with content production that we actually forgot to celebrate 4,000 subscribers. And we were actually so busy that we didn't even celebrate another milestone, 5,000 subscribers. And on Friday, I kind of posted this on LinkedIn. And guess what? We are already on 6,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for your support. You are amazing. So don't forget to keep sharing our podcast, write comments on our YouTube channel, which you did quite heavily in the last few weeks. And also don't forget to join our Slack channel where all the fun starts. So yes,
I think the best comment I've seen was from one of the Unity videos where a guy was like, "I came here to like hate on Unity, not to see talking heads." And it's
exactly,
like,
yes,
it's like, why would I even comment on that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I was like, yes,
thanks,
okay,
buddy.
that was great. Yeah, that was one of the first episodes. So yeah, thank you Unity as well. Definitely helped us quite a lot in the last
Moving on.
2 weeks. Yeah, moving on. So again, not reviewing any game. On the other hand, we heard from your feedback that you actually love these episodes. So thank you. We will definitely keep on doing those. I'm not sure if that often as last month, but you never know. You never say never, right? So thanks to the last one, I'm going to talk about ads libraries and a little bit of creative research because our tools let us down again. And I was wondering how to make it more accurate. And also I wanted to point out one comment Mika shared with me after the podcast. And I quote, "Do you know how and from what source did they pick the creatives that were shown? Because the selection was very odd. 2 current good performance, 3 very old best performing videos from 2021, but the rest were stuff that didn't work." And I wonder where did they dig them from? So, okay, well, thank you very much, tools. Anyway. So then Phil is going to talk about some Admon, which is not shit content. Admon content.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about choosing ad partners and what to look at.
And Jakub brings back the games radar.
Radar.
Radar. Okay, I don't care. It's radar. Fucking radar. We're from Slovakia. We're from Slovakia. Nobody cares. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go.
So me first?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go first?
Well, no, I don't want to go first.
Okay.
I'm going to share a lot of things and, screen share. We're going to have fun a little bit and then bitch about all the tools. As usual.
The longer and longer I work in the industry, the more it's hitting me just how opaque this industry is and like how untransparent it is. So no one really knows what's going on in our industry, what networks don't, and which one works and which ones don't. The issue you always face in ad monetization, at some points you have to decide which network you want in your ad stack, which has a really big influence on the amount of money that you actually earn. So you jump on a call, and usually whoever it is on the other side, in the conversation, they will either lie or do the best to like obfuscate the truth. Simple as like they have sales target, families. Ultimately, they want to keep their jobs, so you can't really blame them for it.
Wow, I mean, this feels like a book. You're fucking reading ad monetization fairy tale. Like, what's
What?
This? That's amazing. It's great. Oh,
Rude.
yeah, I won't mean rude. It's like telling a story. Okay.
Yes.
Never mind.
So I want to talk a
Sorry.
little about. Thanks, bro. So I wanted to talk to a little today about how to behave in these calls with ad networks, thus saving you a lot of time. So the first set of advice I wanted to start off with, when you're just starting out, that is to say, when you don't have a ad stack set up already, basically you don't have any eCPM data, you don't know like where you will get your inventory from. Basically, the first thing that I would recommend you to do when choosing your ad stack is just check in on the AppsFlyer performance index, because here essentially you can see which networks are the biggest in terms of UA. And I've said that on the show a couple of times before, that essentially UA drives Admon performance, and numbers don't really lie. So I'm going to do a screen share now as well.
Ooh,
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Making my post-production life a little bit harder. Thank you.
Yeah,
Wow,
this
it's-
Well, you know, after interrupting me like that,
Disclaimer: AppsFlyer is not paying us as usual.
I just stop fucking like telling this shit all over again. Nobody cares.
yeah. So essentially, here's the AppsFlyer performance index, the
Wow,
latest
this
one.
is retention index. So
But the retention is the remarketing index. That's the retargeting one, and then the retention index is retention of users after you've gotten them, right?
yeah, well, there's performance as well. Sorry for interrupting. Just go on.
Isn't this the performance index?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
During the retention part, there are multiple parts, Mister. I'm
There
going to
are
show. I'm
multiple
going to
parts, but
show
no,
you.
it's just 2 parts.
Yeah,
Look,
I know. I've seen that
Anyway.
index multiple times.
I'm going to interrupt you so much at your part. You have
I
no
hope
idea,
so.
man.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Anyway, so let's say like your biggest geo is America, and your Android like OS gaming. You pick your essential targeting here. Say your card game, and these
Ooh.
top 4 ones are pretty much a good shout for which ones you actually want to start working with. So basically, looking at the rankings here will save you a lot of time, because these numbers here don't really lie. So this is a very good point to actually start. Let me stop sharing here. Cool. Then next comes like the next question, like how do you judge good performance from ad networks? The sad thing here is that most people I've work with, they simply just say ad revenue. This is not really how to measure the success of a network. The point you need to understand here is that when you set up an Admon stack, what you're really doing is you're setting them up to compete like against each other in the mediation, thus pushing up the price. So what a good network does essentially competes up and bids up the price. And if a network doesn't compete, a network is a weak link, and then they need to be destroyed or removed. So how do you measure this? You basically look at
You
share
should be
revenue.
Very careful.
What?
You should be very careful about destroying networks.
Yeah. They can destroy you.
Exactly. We were almost
They have the red
destroyed by
button, you
one of the
don't.
networks last year. So
Yeah, exactly. We love you, overlords.
yeah,
Anyway, so how do you measure this? You look at share revenue by ad network. So you take the revenue each ad network generates over time period, and you divide it by the total. So anything below 5% is not good, because basically that means that their inventory doesn't add anything to the competition against the whole ad stack. So then, So if you have like bigger volumes, what you can do here, if a network is below 5%, you can usually speak to someone and basically tell them your goals. And like I would recommend to tell these networks the actual goals that you have after you see initial data. So let's say you launch a network, they're on 12%, you tell them your target's 17 to basically always kind of to push them to improve this. It really works. So always like go above what you actually want to get. And also the important thing is here, when you launch new networks, you want to A/B test it and basically see that first of all, this actually driving positive ad ARPDAU, and then that's when you look at the share of revenue.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second again? Because because
are you asking or kind of just doing?
Yes, I'm just doing it because this reminded me your advice about the mushroom policy.
Yeah, we're breaking the mushroom theory.
But
why is this breaking it?
But it reminded
it's feed him shit and keep him in the dark.
Okay. No, because this same applies on the UA side, kind of. You need to have higher targets because usually, from the start at least, you don't really reach them, and then it kind of takes a long time to get there. And also the same thing happens on Google or any other network where you just put the ROAS bits.
Felix, sorry for us non-Admon people, what happens here on the background here, or behind the scenes? So you scream at someone that it's shit, and they just suddenly send you better traffic, or that's basically
the thing that most people think they have a game or like they have an Admon stack. They think that ads is just like a tap. You open it and it flows and it flows. And I've worked in ad networks and it does flow, but I can tell you it does not flow equally because there's a limited amount of demand, right? So sometimes or usually the loudest developer gets the most, especially true with networks that are maybe not as crazy good on the tech side. So basically where they are really good at media buying, that usually the loudest network will win. And those networks are mainly the ones that are still on placements, but also a couple of other ones. Looking at you, meant to grow. Where optimizations they do can really help drive a lot of performance. And be careful with that.
Remia, this is exactly the same thing what happened to me with my new car. I was waiting for it for 1 year, and I was the loudest person calling the guy. Yes, calling the guy like every fucking month. Like, hey, it was supposed to be here in January. Okay. Like, what's happening? And suddenly it was like, oh, well, you're lucky, Mr. Lančarič. Now we are like, come on, like, sure.
So we're updating the guide, like feed them shit, keep them in the dark, and scream at them at some point.
I think that kind of goes part with shit, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, if you have small volumes, so if you can't speak to anyone, you can still kind of use the same methods, right? So if you can't speak to ad networks, launch networks on A/B tests. First, check that they're having a positive impact on ad ARPDAU. Then you roll it out to 100%. And then you look at the share revenue. And then you can just remove and keep networks based on ad ARPDAU and share revenue. And you can get kind of the same results. It's not going to be as effective as you can speak to someone, but it's still going to be good. So the goal you want here is that no network is too small and no network is too big. So, yeah.
Okay.
So last top tip I would say here as well, it's kind of a new one. And basically you just need to understand that sometimes mediation platforms' incentives are not always aligned with yours. So the first thing that comes up right now when you're speaking to mediation platforms as a really red hot topic right now is they're always suggesting you to remove networks from placements to bidding. And basically you should try a Unity bidding, you should try a Digital Turbine bidding. They just launched, you should move to this, do that. So bidding is a lot easier from a workload perspective. But the thing that you don't know is that mediation platform actually earn money from networks that are on the bidders. And they don't earn any money from networks that are on placements. So they have a financial incentive to move you as quickly as possible to bidding, even though it might not be in your interests. So when you're testing these things out, make sure you have a really long testing period, usually 14 days, I would say, and then make a decision based on that. Because it can be an improvement, it can also be a decrease, right? So you just need to make sure that you're always getting a good deal.
How come they don't make money on placements?
It's just they usually charge a 5% fee on bidders, meaning that whatever revenue you're earning, they take 5% of that. But that thing was not in place on placements. So it was when the bidders started coming, it was a new thing. So I guess it was easier to add a price onto something new rather than changing an old fee structure that didn't have that price on before.
So Mushroom strikes back here.
Mushroom strikes back. Okay,
yeah, that was my segment.
Yeah, no. Before we finish, do you have any updates on the Unity numbers that we talked about?
Lol. Yes.
How does it look like?
So after looking at some data that our multiple DSP friends have shared with us, I can tell you that the Boycott is still holding.
Ooh.
There seems to have been one mid-sized publisher that crossed the picket line last week and started switching on Unity again. So Unity ad requests are still down anywhere between 17 to 30%, I guess. So the Boycott seems to be holding tight with not an end in sight, which actually brings me to a question for you guys. Like, how do you think this ends? Like, the biggest publishers are boycotting this SDK, right?
We talked about this last time. Like the collective, the website says like 1,070 companies currently. Like all.
Yeah, but how do you think it's going to end?
And when?
My guess is that kind of shit hits the fan where people will actually be forced to switch to higher version of Unity because it won't support the old whatever OS or some kind of a very, very hard to overcome obstacle that will actually force people, and then they will need to pay, and that's pretty much the time that they have until like they switch to Godot or like any other engine.
But it's not any other engine. Okay, but it's not connected to the Boycott that much.
No,
it's just like how the Boycott ends. Like the thing is, it's like 17 to 30%.
But this could be the new normal. What I meant, like the Boycott never ends, and they just switch to different engine. That's it.
My theory on this, what's going to happen is that the Boycott, like the thing about ad monetization and like these publishers, right? Like it's very outsized, right? So you can assume that the top 20 publishers in the world, like the top 10 are earning anywhere between 800 to nearly maybe 1.8 million a day in ad revenue, right? And then maybe, the top, like the 20 to 10, somewhere around like 500,000. So my theory is that if you get like 2 or 3 of the biggest ones on the list to basically open up Unity again, then everything will be fine. So I think Unity will make some kind of secret backdoor deals, and then like they'll switch them on again, and they will be sold with a big suitcase of money.
Have you not read the FAQs? There are no deals made.
The thing I know, thinking about everything is a negotiation with networks. So
my guess is that this whole kind of war thing is still like going on behind the scenes anyway.
Of course.
Just like we just don't see these kind of big giant announcements. Maybe we see the data that Felix is talking about, but we don't have any eyes on it currently. But my guess is it will still like something will happen. It won't be like this and like this is the end of it.
Yep, most probably. Okay.
Remind me to sell this whole like last 3 weeks as a reality TV show.
It's gonna be.
We'll get Brad Pitt.
It's gonna be on Netflix.
Play John. John Rishetel.
Life of JR.
No.
Anyway, okay. So that's it for Admon. Let's talk about the UA fun stuff. Since I was kind of pissed.
Wait. Let me stop you right there. Hey man, how are you doing?
But didn't the comment pretty much said that your pipeline is shit for the UA creative segment?
It's not the pipeline is shit. It was just like very random kind of selection of ads, which is so I took them by the share of impressions.
Okay.
So that means the
sadness
tools,
multiplier grow more sad.
Yes, not even sadness multiplier, but my whole life.
Tragic multiplier.
Kind of, it's a tragic multiplier. So that brought me back to good old free tools because, well, what can you do? Basically, you can't just go back to Facebook, TikTok. Now we have Apple search ads. We have even LinkedIn, so we can check that. But I think we can stay. Well, I won't use the Google Ads transparency because that's bullshit. But let's stick with the Facebook first, and I'm gonna share a few interesting things that they kind of implemented recently. So if you are obviously here, which is the Facebook ads library, let's not use all geos. Let's try to use some of the European geos because in Europe there is new kind of way how to check things. Let's go with Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans, which obviously they don't. Oh man, I'm not sure if you saw this ad before, but I want this. Do you see it here? I mean, it's really tiny. Let's do it like this. Shush.
And let's keep the
full
music
screen it right
going.
there. You can full screen it right there.
Yeah, 1 sec. Okay, in fact, like the music is terrible. Anyway, so
isn't this again made from developers? I recognize the guy.
Maybe.
Yeah, I recognize that guy too. He's definitely one of the developers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess they used the team for the biggest Clash of Clans update ever. This was so annoying, but anyway.
Why is it annoying?
Why is it annoying? Because I don't know, 4 faces with like kind of.
We're 3 faces. We're annoying too, I guess.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. It's just fine, but we are not in the ad for a game. Or maybe we are. I don't know. Anyway, so this is new. European Union transparency. So there is this kind of EU audience thing, and they kind of need to show you a lot of information which you didn't have before. And I mean, if you just go to US, you won't see it. If you are running political ads, you even see spend. So there are elections in Slovakia. We could see the spend in Slovakia.
Please don't open that session.
No.
I'm sorry, man. Like no one.
Don't worry. No, yeah, nobody cares. But what I want to say is that the spend most probably will appear here as well for gaming. That's what I wanted to say. So it's
like
now
eventually.
Eventually, yes, I think so. Because now for this, it's only, well, I was trying to get spent, but it wasn't here. Anyway, but it's...
So EU will force the UA people to show spend on their gaming ads here.
It's not show force gamers. They're going to force Facebook to show.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I meant.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
Yes, me too. But at least we have some additional information about reach.
So we can then get rid of the sadness multiplier completely.
Exactly. And you know what? Let's go to Mr.
I mean, we should just pack up the podcast and then just stop it.
Let's go to Mr. Autofire because they actually are running some ads, and this feels like they've been listening to feedback. But at least they are kind of running this. Way better reach, and you see gender split, you see location. I mean, it's Germany, so that's it. But at least which age segment, and obviously it's male 35 plus is the highest.
As the third best UA manager on the show, I want to ask, how is this helpful for a UA manager?
I will tell you how.
See, that's why I didn't ask that.
Because then. These age segments are kind of interesting for setting up the campaigns as well. I mean, for the creative, kind of yes as well. You can create this kind of persona, whatever, which I don't use anymore. But at least it's a nice to have. It's better than nothing.
So what Matej is basically saying that when you're copying your competitor and you're copying directly the concept that he's using, you can then perfect your targeting because of this. And that's why I'm the second one.
Thank you, Remo.
Yes,
maybe you're the best UA manager.
Most probably, yeah. It could be like that. Anyway, so now what we can do is we can go actually here into one of the tools that we used before and try to see, let's say, Mr. Autofire, for example, because Clash of Clans is not that interesting.
Game earning billions of dollars, sure.
Interesting in terms of the creatives and the UA. So we can then try
because
to
they go organic, not UA.
The Facebook, yeah, sure, of course. Check the Facebook and the creatives that they are running at the moment, and maybe it's in here in creative analysis instead of advertiser. So let's see what kind of creatives. Do you see the creatives in here?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, but do you see the one that I showed you?
The
in
one
a few
with
seconds.
Laser meltdown? No, we don't.
Yes, exactly. So what's happening in here?
And it's supposed to be on top because the top ones are the biggest engagement.
Yes, because this is sorted by impression share, basically. And if you see here, it was detected 1,130 days ago. Mm-hmm. So it's quite weird. And this is happening also on the other tools that I've used before. So
isn't it the filter problem still? Like you have wrong filters here? like too wide or something?
Could be. Maybe let's see if we go to Android, then we
can
will see something
go
else.
like last 30 days or something, or
this is last month.
This is last month. Okay, so it is already there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's quite interesting. So, but I just need to use more tools, and that's what I would suggest to others. And it's kind of okay because you use free tools, so even better. Kind of work for a lot of more.
But wouldn't the EU regulation then pretty much make these tools obsolete in a way?
Why?
Yeah, but you still need it for the States, the biggest geo in the world.
And you don't see ad networks.
You would see only for Europe audience.
Yes.
Yeah, shit, I forgot.
You see only Europe audience, but you don't see also ad networks.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is kind of TikTok creative center, which is quite an improvement from the last time when I was checking it. So you have the TikTok creative assistant here, which, as we discussed on one of the sessions. What? AI, yes, it's AI. It's AI, and you can write the TikTok scripts, brainstorm ideas. It's quite interesting, and then you can kind of try to find what's trending on TikTok at the moment. But we don't want that. So yeah, go away. TikTok assistant. We can use this looking for examples of the top ads. So let's get started. You can see the top searches: Frozen City, trendy searches: Frozen City, Golden Goblins, games, video game show, blah blah blah.
Oh, really?
But
go Frozen City.
But
no, Golden Goblins.
Which one? Oh, which one?
Golden Goblins.
Golden Goblins.
Frozen City.
Don't get too excited. I was already checking it. I was already checking
ads
it.
In it.
What?
Yes, exactly.
Whoa.
So that's why I want to say Golden Goblins. It's some bullshit. But let's try to select actually games. If we go games and let's see what happens. Most probably not going to be anywhere close to Golden Goblins. Exactly.
Whoa.
So, what's happening?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, I guess it's this one. What?
Started auto-playing.
Yes,
so this tool is shit.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Like if you're trying to find some proper games in here, it's not gonna work that much. So let's see. Let's try to do Clash of Clans. Maybe too many requests. Okay, amazing. Thank you very much. So I wanted to say it's not as at least we have the Clash of Clans in some of the videos in here. So it might work for some games, but it's quite hard to navigate because even if I say Frozen City here, it gives me some.
In this game, you throw your fist to take down a variety of different enemies. The game's got samurais, cowboys, pirates.
So when I was talking
VR
about
game.
yes, it's like when I was talking about, hey guys, you can use TikTok Creative Center for creative research. This changed.
Lied.
Yeah, no, I didn't like this. Changed quite heavily. It was you could see top.
So they
10
downgraded
trending.
because I remember it was pretty good before.
It was really good before. I don't think it's downgraded. It just changed to more like AI-based creative tools for giving you inspiration in terms of the scripts and ideas for creatives. I think you need to just be.
Man, that's bullshit answer. It's downgraded, period. Shit.
Yeah, like seriously,
No, it's not
he's letting the fact that they sent him 2 hats, he's just defending them to the grave.
Exactly. You
No.
can see the influence.
So
No, dude.
if you want Matej on your side, just send him 2 hats, and then he'll
Good
defend
to
you
go.
no matter what. Yeah. If you're a communistic dictator in South America, just send him 2 hats, and Matej
Please.
will come to bat for you.
Yeah, no, of course. It's not downgraded. You can't say it's downgraded. Of course, it's not working as before. But I guess we need to find a way how to make it
You
work.
showed
That's what I
me
want
3
to say.
searches now, and all of them are wrong.
Man,
It's like,
those hats are really killing it.
downgraded because
Okay, it's downgraded. Go fuck yourself. But at least you have the creative patterns, hooks, whatever else. It's and you have. My God, this is
You won't be able to save it, man, now.
Yeah, this is
Sorry.
terrible.
yeah, it's just
No,
let's
this
just
is
move
terrible.
on.
No, I just want to see what's up in here in this weird. Yeah, it's okay. Never mind. Okay, fuck it. So I'm gonna just go back.
So Maven Matej score for the TikTok search, like
yeah, for TikTok
10 out
search,
of 10 or what?
Yeah, well, 15. No, for TikTok search is like 0.2. The TikTok search is terrible. There are different things that are kind of helpful, but we'll get there maybe in the later episode. So try to use Facebook as much as you can for free creative research. It's kind of helpful.
Is Remia going to save the episode?
Yeah, as usual.
As usual, nobody cares about the shit you're going to talk about.
Yeah, seriously, everyone cares about ad monetization. Seriously,
Exactly.
No one cares about whatever.
Keep yourself in that happy place that encloses you.
He's always like sending us these messages that, oh well, people talk to me and it's like, yeah, well, your segment is so great. Why are you at the end of the episode? It's like, oh well, what people don't know, like if he starts the episode, we are going to be recording the episode for 5 hours.
Scholars maintain that he's still talking.
Yeah, legends.
All right, okay, I want to hear.
Okay. So let's do a review radar, not soft launch sonar. So this is the segment where we look at all the games that we reviewed before and check their current status. So
now the 2-hour slot starts.
Yeah. Last time I did it, by the way, in I think like 10 minutes or 15 or even less.
Now you have a lot more time.
Yeah, now you have 2 hours. It's okay.
So just for clearance, last game we put on the segment was Snaker that we reviewed.
Snaker.
And right afterwards, start the next segment.
Never gets old.
Okay. Yeah, Legend of Slime. That we did on 23rd of April in episode 61.
Amazing game.
Yeah, this one I will take a little bit longer probably because I can directly show you what has changed and it's amazing, to be honest.
I know.
Even though the revenue isn't really that amazing, because last time when we look at it, it was in April and the game was making something like
7-ish.
Yeah, 6 point something, 3 million, 6 point something IAP revenue and then 3 million downloads. Currently, August revenue is 1.3 million downloads and 3.4 million IAP revenue only. So my guess is with Felix ads multiplier, it's like still around 7. Like I would say 50% ads is completely warranted. But the interesting thing within this game is that it's pretty much textbook progression, what was supposed to happen, like we look at it last time. So if we go to our usual slime stuff, what you see here new, you don't remember anything.
Wait.
Maybe. Who's the second best game designer? Yes, there's new gear. There were not these 2 new slots, meaning that, again, they're adding more progression vectors and power progression. The other thing is that, of course, new slots require what? New gacha. Yeah, so they added the new gacha here because before we had just like all of these kind of 4 and now we have the premium gacha with this guy. And the interesting part is that they put it straight into the hard currency shop.
With an ad placement as well. I love that.
Yeah, with an ad placement. So this is interesting because here you can see that like all the gachas you would expect like another row here. No, they put it here. So you can see those nice packages right into your face. So that's very interesting. Then, of course, skills. Again, another power progression area, the hell one, this kind of red one. Same, I think, would probably go for relics and masteries, but I didn't have time to kind of look that properly. The other thing is, of course, companions, red ones, new modes. Hell, secret undead room, unlocked later, like more difficulties, more content. They actually did this, where it is, amazing returning new adventure event for me when I open up the game. I don't know where it actually is, but somewhere.
There's also a first anniversary event.
But like right from the start when I start up the game again, they had this like returning player event, which is also really nice. The other thing here is that there's this astrology thing where you can have like,
we discussed this last time.
No, we didn't. It was not there before.
What's your star sign, Remo?
What?
What's your star sign?
Fish. Then there's this new other mode here on the depth one and the one on the top probably. Or
sorry, I was mistaking it for the discussion we had in their office when we were there with Felix. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're gonna be there with you, Jakub, and Felix is gonna be at home next time.
So we'll see. And then what was that? So pretty much a lot of kind of a new other like vectors and layers were added on top of the game, so it works great. As I said, it's not really it's in decline a little bit, but still, amazing revenue going down the line for like an idle RPG game. So yeah, hats off. Continuing on another front, let me share the screen here.
So still on track for about like a $70-80 million run rate for the year.
Of course. It's giant. And as I said, like textbook, great content treadmill. If you want to get an example, look it up, look our all episode and compare it with the game. You will see the difference. Okay.
They were very keen on improving and working on the game still.
They're doing a great job.
Amazing team.
As I said, even the returning player event looks amazing. Okay, Call of Dragons. We reviewed that on 1st of May 2023, episode 62.
Horrible ad placements.
Yeah, because fuck you, Felix. There's no ad placements. And then looking at the game, the revenue from May pretty much halved, because in May it was like 14 million. IP revenue only. Keep in mind that I was playing the game on PC back then, so my guess is they're still making much more than what we see there. Downloads literally like craters to something like 700k from August. Revenue something like 7.6 million on mobile only. But this is the usual kind of life of Forex, but still it could be better.
Well,
yeah, if we compare it to like
Whiteout Survival, then...
or like the other kind of big Forexes, this really didn't fly off for Lilith that good as like all the other games. So it's still making shitload of money, but it's in heavy decline. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, moving forward with our favorite Honkai StarRail that we just very briefly covered, and you I guess were glad that we didn't do a full review.
Let me guess, it's gone to the moon.
No, it's not going to the moon. It's actually stabilizing.
On the moon.
On the moon.
Yeah, on the moon.
Yeah, exactly like
it's
that.
already there.
Yeah, so the video that you see was just dropped like 2 hours ago about, again, their new content, and they throwing out with a new character.
What? The production value is out of the...
Production value is like on the moon, literally, with them. Again, the interesting parts here. The gacha spikes were actually broken in the decline in August by their main character Kafka, their stepmommy character, and from that point on they're going actually up. So that's a nice sign.
Good old Kafka saved the day.
Yeah, exactly. If you look at the revenue in the first month, they went like 100 and pretty much 150 million on mobile only.
What?
Yes. Mobile only.
Without ads?
Yeah, without ads, man. Yeah. There you go. To see what you can do without ads, the full potential. And then later down the line,
one question about the game's IIPs without ads. So they don't need to care about the CMP type of thing which is happening on Google.
What do you mean?
The content management platforms, right? Because
consent management platforms.
Okay, so consent. Okay, because they don't have ads.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't need to. Yeah. Completely. Yeah. Above it.
Okay, but the revenue declined in July to something like 60 mil, and now it went back up to 75 mil. And my guess is it will go even higher, because the content, as you see, is like they're pumping so much content into the game. Like I've been playing the game still like every day until like Kafka hit in, and like I'm not playing it for last month, but still will be returning to it when they just jam in much more content into it.
The problem. Don't like Kafka?
What?
You don't like Kafka?
No, I have Kafka, but it takes like shitload of time to level her up. Because they introduced one other interesting thing, by the way, that you now accumulate energy for 30 days. It's not capped per 1 day, but you literally, after 30 days, you still accumulate. So I'll return there and I have like 10 days.
Wasn't that one of the biggest IAP sales points with energy? That's what you said last time.
No, man. It's gacha-driven game, what you're talking about. Everybody's just going after the waifus in the gachas.
Yes, waifus.
Let me finish. The interesting point here. They're cannibalizing their own portfolio, and this is now becoming very, very obvious and problematic, because as Honkai is now sitting on the moon, Genshin, unfortunately, has fallen out of the orbit, and pretty deeply, I would say, because from April, when Honkai launched, they were doing like 85 million. Now they're doing 44. So it pretty much halved Genshin's revenue. So
okay, but what's the delta? What's the difference between then and now? Is it still is the revenue still growing or like more than it was before?
So if we take that Genshin would be there, kind of a whatever 85, and let's omit the launch month, so it's 44 plus 75.
Yeah.
So 120.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like again, the problem is that we don't see the PC revenue or all the other revenue, Epic Store revenue. So
maybe you don't even take into consideration the Sadness multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly. So could be a little bit different story, but from the surface look, it seems that they're kind of cannibalizing themselves. So, and I don't know what happens with their third game because they already announced third game. We've seen it on Gamescom. Looks very, very kind of just surface level. Looks very, very same. Again, anime, waifu, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, but fingers crossed. Like these guys will kill it because they just have unlimited manpower.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. Triple Tile. So we covered this game in this kind of
it's one of the best episodes we actually recorded.
Dual deconstructions on May 22nd in episode 65. And remember back there, we covered Triple Tile together with Triple Match 3D.
Yes.
One is ad-driven giant, the other one is IP-driven giant. So looking at Triple Tile, when we're looking at it last time, it was in May and it was somewhere like 4.8 million downloads a month. Now it's literally 4.9, but before it in July it peaked by 5.6, but could be still going higher. Again, Sadness multipliers here and there. We don't see,
are correct.
Yeah, we don't see any, but the trend line is still up, so they're still scaling up. We don't see any ad revenue. I don't know what was Felix' estimate last time that they were making.
A lot, and it was a wrong estimate, but it was really kind of.
So what was it, like 14 or 12 a month or something like that? I think some kind of very, very big number.
We were told that we were way like underestimating it,
yes.
right?
Yeah. So maybe
by like 2-3 mil a month, I think.
Yeah. So
I think I was saying 7 or 8 mil a month.
So maybe then we're there at like something like 10 million ad revenue per month or something.
Sorry, I tried to kill a mosquito.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other game that we were comparing it with was Triple Match, and Triple Match, looking at their chart, is actually stabilizing pretty well because in May they made like 12 million. Now in August they're still making 11.6 million, and downloads are actually back in the same level as before, which is something like 800k downloads a month. So this is still going very, very strong.
Sorry, I looked at the ad revenue that I estimated. I estimated 10 mil a month, which we were told was way below.
Okay, so maybe it's 15 now.
Somewhere around that. Yeah, maybe more.
And by the way, wow.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, exactly. So both games are making over 10 million a month revenue. Definitely, we just don't know how much. Precisely.
Also, Peak Games just came out with the game, which is
a similar genre than this.
Similar, not like it's exactly not exactly, but it's similar game that what you're showing at the moment.
Yeah, okay, but it's
which is a Triple Match 3D. It's in soft launch, yes.
Okay. Soft launch. That I probably will wait for.
The wrong segment,
not
the
radar. Yeah. Sorry. Next time.
Let's continue. Then we did some special episodes.
Yes.
Special episodes about Squad Busters, which actually didn't get anywhere.
Yes, and it's still in the same.
Yeah, if you want to again join our Slack, feel free to, because we run a survey there or what people think will happen with these, and most people think that nothing will happen with them until the end of the year. No global launch or no kill. So we'll just see what happens afterwards. And then we covered Flood Rush. That was episode 66 and 68. And now Flood Rush 68, June 9th. And unfortunately, this game was already killed by Supercell.
Was it sold on to another studio or passed along to another studio?
No, directly to the graveyard.
Yes.
Oh. It did?
No Metacore. No Metacore this time.
Yet.
Yeah, so
let's see. But no. Well, I'm sad.
Yeah.
I thought
then
I like that.
Episode 69.
June, another ad giant.
19 June. Another IAP giant. Night Crows. That was the Korean Wagyu burger barbecue episode. Yeah, and actually, this is really one of the biggest stories that I have here in the radar here, because these guys are literally killing it. Because last time we looked at them, it was June, and they were making 27 million a month on mobile only, and now they're making 25 million a month on mobile only. So they very heavily stabilized. But the kicker here is that in May they have like the peak of to pretty much 300k downloads. Now they have 30k downloads a month and making the same revenue. So I looked it up just for the fun. On Android, the revenue per downloads is 200, and on iOS it's 150.
Okay, but it's still everything is in Korea or
yes.
Asia.
Yes. And that brings me to the other news about this game, that we'll be looking at it pretty closely, because we made the developer behind the game, or publisher. No, I think the publisher.
I was like, what did we make?
Yeah. What did we make? Is the main sponsor of the international game exhibition called G-Star that opens on November 16th. That
Where
we
we
will
are
be
coming.
part of course. Yeah, and this game is still killing it in South Korea. It's actually a top 3 game, still like going from 1, 2, 3, kind of number 1 spot there in the charts. What's the other really interesting twist on this is that they are actually going to release a blockchain version using tokenomics by the end of this year.
That is the first interesting thing I've actually heard from blockchain.
So, in my opinion, this is currently the number 1 contender to have any chance at blockchain.
Any chance, yeah.
Literally any
these guys
chance.
can't make it.
So if these guys don't make it, nobody will fucking
Nobody
make
will.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, and what they said is that, if I understand the news correctly, because there's just like Korean translations.
I
international
Korean.
No, I'm fluent in Japan.
Okay, sorry.
It's called Japanese, but I'll let that one slide.
Man, the thing is that how I understood it is that only the international version will have the blockchain element, and the South Korean version won't.
Because they don't want to scam South Korea.
No, because South Korea has pretty strict laws regarding crypto.
Blockchain.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really, really looking forward how this will be, executed. They will have again booth in the B2B section and booth in like B2C section. So I guess we'll go check it out directly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe we should do some vlogging there from G-Star.
Well, I have the podcast travel kit, so we can definitely
the amazing sound quality.
Let's see, but the game is really, is really killing it. As we talked last time, they are beating the old guard of like all the lineage games, and they have pretty much the same system of this like super hardcore gacha where you can buy insurance and stuff like. No, not gacha, the insurance system where pretty much your weapon can downgrade and you can pay money for literally not like minus value. So
sick.
Yeah, look it up on episode 69 if you want to see the Wagyu burgers. But yeah, this is really, they're still killing it. It's no shark fin.
Well, 69 was Floodrush.
Really? 69, I have 9 crows here.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Maybe you are. Okay, let's continue.
Best UA manager, worst counter.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mob Control, 26th of June, episode 70. This is also a very interesting. Yeah, as usual. This is very interesting because now.
Who are you?
Shh. Nobody cares.
Shush you.
The Mob Control story is very interesting here because, and get this, it seems they are in the lead for one of the biggest hybrids on the market because they scaled up actually. So we covered it on, as I said, at the end of June. And by the end of June, or let's say for June, they were making like 1.3 million in IP only. And now they're making 2 million for August already in IP only. Yes?
Yes.
So I estimated back then that they were earning.
Tell me, and I will tell you how. I won't tell you the exact number that we were told, but it was.
Yeah. So I estimated they were making between 3 to 4 million per month back when we did this review.
And apparently it was way more than that.
Was it 6?
IP only? Or
well,
together?
Blink once if it was 6, and then Blink twice if it was more than 6. Nice.
Yeah, so they scaling the game still, even though the downloads are like kind of peaked in February, they're still pretty high, like 4 million a month for 4 million downloads a month for August. So yeah, let's see. But if I still understand, this is still the only hybrid in Voodoo portfolio, like the big one. So
they have more. I mean, they just opened the job posting to
VP of product
VP of hybrid casual, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, VP of hybrid casual. Yeah.
Is that based in Paris or where was that based? Like remote or?
I think like they will take anyone they can make the job. Doesn't matter if you live in Arctica or what.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe if you live in Japanese.
We'll see.
Sorry, Japan. Funny. I always mix those two up.
Yeah, but yeah, kudos to these guys. Like they're still scaling it up, and actually there's some new updates and like new things as you see here. So,
why is this in German?
Because that was the first one that I saw with the new update version.
It was a weird word.
Yeah, let's go. Let's continue.
Okay.
Dreamdale, episode 72, July 7th. So Dreamdale actually is also still killing it. Because we reviewed it in July, which did 1.5 million, and for August it did again 1.5 million. So it's still stabilized. It's again, you see here is pretty much they have a lot of other progression layers added on top of the game. Like you see the literally unending list of different currencies on the right. And then our heroic fighter, which have literally like all the epics and like I don't know even what these charts or tabs are because I just didn't get to this content because they just finally they have a map. Oh, thank God. Great. Amazing already. I can amazing see that the updates are working. So this game is still killing it and it seems it will stay as some kind of competitor in the hybrid race. But regarding their current revenue, like after August, like in September, it seems they're kind of heavily scaling down. So I don't know what's happening there, but maybe it seems like they're going to run out of steam.
On a run for the Mars, not the moon. So
The thing is that My Perfect Hotel is also scaling down currently.
What?
Yes.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know if like literally mob control is just vacuum cleaning the space there because they're scaling up. So it's like, as I told you before, the hybrid casual race is on and everybody wants to win. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Dreamdale still kind of is keeping it. We'll see what happens after September. Maybe we'll do a special segment like just hybrid reviews and see what all the hybrids are doing that we covered. Like
King of hybrids.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, have you heard the fact that if you open up the map, you can teleport to My Perfect Hotel directly?
That's nice. Good one. Then the other thing that we covered in between in July 3rd, and I don't want to show it now, just saying we covered Diablo 4, which declined heavily and pretty much into oblivion. And everything is now pretty much being fixed upon the release of their new season, somewhere in like middle of October. I think October 17 it is, where they want to, redeem the whole thing and try to pretty much make everything good. Because I know they're currently walking back on some of the patch notes and like increasing the XP multipliers and stuff because nobody even talks about this game now, as it was killed by all the other RPGs being released, such as Restart of Cyberpunk, Starfield, and Baldur's Gate 3, which are still killing it. So let's see how the RPG battle goes there. But for now, everybody's waiting for Diablo to cover.
I haven't played Diablo 4 since we
exactly. Me neither. Because I played the new season. There was nothing there. I'm sorry. Yeah. Literally, no new content. Nothing interesting.
I didn't even get to playing the new season.
Yeah. And then let me reshare the screen for the last game on our list that we covered. Game. Yeah.
We have still 1 hour and 30 minutes.
You can guess. Oh my God. What was the last game? No guesses? The biggest one.
The biggest
Empire
one.
Takeover?
Yeah. Monopoly
Go.
Yeah, 7th August episode 74.
That's not the last game we talked about, by the way.
No. Yeah. The last game in that 10th row series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, have you seen the comments that they actually implemented ads?
Yep. Yeah, I saw it. So. I got it confirmed, and it's coming out, and it's looking interesting. And Remia was wrong.
It was not wrong. Back then, I was right in the other time continuum.
What?
Like they didn't have ads before.
I know they didn't have it, but we were talking about bringing ads into the games. You were like, no.
And you said no because of the IP, and I'm like, this is going to happen because Scopely are ruthless and they want to maximize this game.
Yeah, that I was wrong. I get that. Yeah, so Monopoly Go, episode 74, 7th of August. Looking at their revenue numbers, they're still scaling up. For August, like we were looking at beginning of August, but let's say July, they were doing like 72 million. For August, they're already at 101 million.
There you go, Coinmaster.
And how much is that as profit, do you think? And how much do you think it's loss?
Yes, that's the big question that nobody's talking about, because they're literally spending Monopoly money on the UA, because they're still at they downscale a little bit from August, because at August is like ridiculous, like 460k downloads a day in casinos segment.
Yes, that's like.
And now they're from middle of August they downscale to something like whatever 300k a day, still like very, very high. So you can imagine the amount of money that's flowing there every single day.
But the thing is, I've looked into the back end of Monopoly Go, and it's actually the hose that goes to the Central Bank of Saudi Arabia. So it just keeps going.
Probably. Because regarding revenue, they're peaked in like, let's say, 10th of September. I see something like, like pretty much 4 million a day spikes there. 4 million IP revenue a day. And now it's going down a little bit to something like down like 3 million a day, which we knew that Coinmaster was doing like a straight line of 3 million a day.
Yeah.
So either
I think they're probably going to aim for like 15 to 20% ad revenue.
My guess is that this is the peak. Like they run out of steam now, or the data and the sadness multiplier trends tell us this, that it seems like they run out of steam and they're a little bit downscaling currently, or let's say not pushing that strong.
It's almost Q4. What are you going to expect?
Yeah.
You have the money, but do you have really this kind of money? It's going to be super expensive. And if you're in the casino segment, it's going to be...
Yeah, exactly. So we'll
5x
see.
expensive.
But still, like, for August, it's 12 million downloads and 100 something million.
This is super impressive, by the way. Still.
Yeah.
Super impressive. And regarding the game itself, like you can see even here, like, it's working like it should. There's pretty much the monetization segment on the left side of the screen, event segment on the right side of the screen. There's so many different kind of live ops events running currently.
Yeah, and you can play the game literally for the whole day.
Yeah, literally. So amazing job. Again, the only questions on the table that's left there is if this whole thing is profitable or eventually will be. So.
Eventually will be.
It will be eventually, but right now there's a big hole, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it will be plugged.
Yeah.
With that.
But that's it for the review radar, which wasn't even there for an hour.
It's perfect, man.
It's great. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's great.
Super interesting to see what's happening with the games we've covered.
Yeah.
And on that note, anything we need to say?
No.
Yeah.
We
Join
will be in
channel.
Berlin. Yeah, go in the Slack channel. Yeah.
Yeah, join the Slack channel, then you will see. I will see what's happening. And then, again, thank you for the support. You're amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's great to see. It's great to see you're joining the Slack where all the fun starts.
Yeah, it's already like around 500 people, so feel free to go there. We are also asking suggestions and questions about future episodes. So if you want to affect what you're hearing or listening to, feel free to go there.
Yeah, it's already happening. So thanks. All right. Thank you very much for listening. Please share the podcast with your friends, colleagues, dogs and cats, and subscribe. And please continue doing so. Until next time, thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye.